Do you think that this coach made this decision on his own, Mike?
I do. I think he initiated it. I don't know that for sure, but I think he initiated it, and I really believe that there's two things going on here. One, both he and Jerry Reese are desperate. Number two, I don't think this coach has ever felt that Eli has completely implemented his system, which would make sense because he's wrong for the system they're playing. He always has been. The other thing is, I think if they felt they could move it off this year, and remember, they said they're trying to win the games, but they also told you they're going to look at both quarterbacks and start to look at players. Well, wait a second. You can't do both. You can't tell me that you tell the quarterback he's not playing 4 quarters when you don't know how he played the first 2 quarters. How can you tell me then you're trying to win the game? So their message is muddled. That's been the case all year. They have spun completely out of control, and I think they're trying to get it to next year and send all the dialogue into next year, hoping that they'll get to next year. I think they're desperate, and they say the owner bought in. That's the hardest part, to believe he bought into this.
Who do you think's more likely to stay next season, Ben McAdoo or Eli Manning?
I think of those two, I say Eli Manning, but I don't think Eli will be here either. I think Eli's career with the Giants, I mean, he might mop up. He might be back in the game this week because it doesn't even sound like they're going to dress the third quarterback this week. Eli's going to be number 2, so he might wind up playing, 2 minutes into the game. Who knows? Gino might get knocked cold. But Eli might play again. I think Eli's career is over. I think the Giants will finish low enough. They'll definitely draft the quarterback. And then I think they'd be motivated to play that quarterback just like they were motivated to jettison Kurt Warner and play Eli, which I thought was the right move at the time when they did it. And so was Kurt Warner on board with it. And he went off to Arizona and had a great couple of years, and Eli went on to his career. So I think Eli would understand that. There'd be a market for Eli. I think there'd be a couple of teams interested in him because he's very good in the big game. He's very good with good teams. I think he's got football left. So I don't think Eli will be here after this year. But I would say it's extremely remote that McAdoo or Reese will be here next year.
Do you think the reaction would be different, or what do you think the reaction would be if Davis Webb was the guy who was getting the chance instead of Geno Smith?
Far less angry, much more measured. If he had sold it the right way, and to me that was what it was all about, presentation. If he had said, listen, we love Eli, we honor what he did here, but we need to look at our quarterbacks, and especially Webb, because we might be in a position to draft one. We need to look at our inventory. That's the most important thing right now. Everybody would have understood that. That's not how they delivered this. What they said was this was the right move for this team for this week's game, and that is impossible for anybody to believe nor digest, and that's what caused the firestorm.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.